Yeah.
President Furukawa apologizes for the inconvenience caused by Joy-Con issues, but says that... All right, we're going to read the article.
All right. This is from Nintendo Life. You've probably heard of Joy-Con drift by now, right? This hardware issue causes the controller's analog stick to register movement when it is not being touched, and we've seen plenty of Switch owners complain about the strange phenomenon happening to them over the past few years. Not everyone has come up against the problem with their Joy-Con, of course, but our guide detailing how to fix the issue at home has become one of our most popular, which is a pretty telling sign that something isn't right. Excuse me. Today, in a Japanese Q&A meeting, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa has actually apologized for the inconvenience caused by Joy-Con drift. He refrained from making any further comments, citing the ongoing class action lawsuit taking place in the United States. The case in question was first filed back in July 2019. The lawsuit alleges the joysticks on the Joy-Con controllers are defective, leading to users experiencing drift issues. A few months later, following its launch, the Nintendo Switch Lite was also added to the lawsuit as the users reported as user reports of drift with the new console also started to emerge. The last time we heard about the case was in May 2020 when the claim was being sent to arbitration.
So that's pretty damning that the light is also part of the lawsuit. I mean, it's the same freaking thumbstick.
It's the same thing, and I think what makes it worse is that you can't swap out the controller like you can. You just buy new Joy-Cons.
But they had all of the time in the world to fix it for the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
So basically, President Furukawa apologizes for the inconvenience caused by Joy-Con issues, but says that due to an oncoming class action lawsuit in the United States, he will refrain from making any comment on any specifics. That's us Americans.
Yeah.
Suing over everything. But, I mean, it's warranted.
He can't say anything about it because of the lawsuit, because that can be used as evidence against them.
But, I mean, they've acknowledged the problem before, but they haven't really acknowledged how widespread it is.
Yeah.
And now he's over here apologizing for it. So they're admitting at least a little bit of defeat here, but they never talk about a solution. The only solution they have is that you can get yours repaired for free, which is great. I think that's great.
Yeah, I think that, and they handle it very well. They give it back to you in a relatively quick amount of time. So
I remember this is very similar to the Red Ring of Death, except that just killed your whole freaking system.
Yeah.
But it seems to be almost as widespread. And it's a problem that deteriorates over time too. So in the future, pretty much everybody's probably going to suffer from Joy-Con drift eventually. Years from now, maybe. I remember when the Red Ring of Death was a thing on Xbox 360s. My friend worked at the UPS store, and he said every other box is an Xbox being sent back to Microsoft to fix. But Microsoft only fixed it they had a warranty, didn't they?
They had a warranty, and it was a very small window.
Yeah.
But once the Red Ring of Death became so widespread, they extended that window by like 3 years.
They minimized the amount of consoles affected by the Red Ring of Death.
They did at first, but then it became such an obvious problem that they couldn't like hide it anymore.
They minimized it at first, and then they said it was about 50%. I remember 52 for some reason.
Yeah, I know it was high, and the number kept growing, especially.
Yeah, by the end of the life cycle, it was over 90%.
Yeah.
But they didn't really talk about it, and they still had a capped warranty. So by the end of the life cycle, if you got a launch Xbox, you were screwed, even though that was a manufacturer defect.
Ours red ringed. Our first Xbox 360 red ringed, and it was just out of warranty.
Yeah, that's like completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
So hopefully Nintendo's got really good customer service. As far as like the way they cover things. So they fixed. Will actually got his Joy-Con fixed by Nintendo. It took like a week, you said.
Yeah, a week, give or take. Just send it to the UPS store. They give it to Nintendo, and then they ship it right back, and it works fine. I play it, I use it. It's great.
I don't know what they do to it though. It could just come back with another problem maybe in the future.
I am pretty sure all they do is just put in a new joystick.
Yeah,
that's probably the easiest thing to do.
But Nintendo supports their systems for like an insanely long time.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they support the NES up until like just a few years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know how long Nintendo supports.
They keep the systems on their support side for a very long time.
Nintendo customer support. NES system. Due to the age of the system and games, we no longer offer factory repairs directly from Nintendo. Please click here to find out what your options are. If you need an accessory or part repaired or replaced, please click here to find out what options exist for this product.
I remember there was an article like somebody needed help with their Super Nintendo, which they don't cover anymore. But the rep stayed on the line with him until they could figure out what the problem was.
They used to have... You used to be able to call that number and get help on the games you're playing. Like if you're stuck in The Legend of Zelda, they would walk you through the part in the game. But now they just fixed Joy-Con drift.